All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode.
What's going on,
What's
everyone?
going on, everybody?
Nice to actually be here in the studio.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
We can actually be in the studio.
It is very hot in here, though. I'm hot.
We have this problem every year in the summer.
Yeah.
Man. We come in.
Yep, even in the winter.
I know.
Crank up
Sometimes in the
AC,
winter we
yep.
come in and we've got like some hot stuff on, and we're like, "Damn, this studio is like hot."
Yeah, it gets hot in here.
But
You know, the Phillies are also pretty hot right now, so...
I mean, it is heating up. Weather's heating
Weather's
up.
heating up. The Phillies have basically been heating up since they fired the manager, but...
I mean, it's June, so it's Schwarber month. You know
That's
that
true.
he's
Schwarber
probably
bombs,
gonna
June.
end up hitting 10 to 11 home runs this month because that's what he always does in
It's his
June.
favorite month.
So we might get by. We may
Yeah.
get to the All-Star break and he's gonna have like 35 home runs.
Yeah, I mean, that would be insane if he does.
Like, he's at 23 already.
Yeah, there's definitely a chance he can get 35 by the All-Star break.
Like he could easily get another 10 by the end of the month, and
Yeah,
then if that's the
definitely.
case, he only needs to get 3 more in 2 weeks up until the All-Star break. So he's definitely got a good chance to be close to like 35 at 35 home runs before the All-Star break, which is just insane. Like, I wonder how many players have even hit that mark before.
I think Cal Raleigh last year
I think
had
he had it
38
last year.
home runs at the All-Star break.
Aaron Judge probably did it one time.
Yeah, I think
wanna
Aaron
say.
Judge did, I believe.
But there's definitely not many
It's not
players.
hard- it's pretty hard to
that
hit
have
35 home runs.
35 home runs in only 100
Like
games.
Yeah, like a 90 to 100 game span.
Yeah,
That's
kind of nuts.
that's like a home run every 3 games.
It's basically a home run every like 15, 16 plate appearances.
Yeah.
14, 15, something
So
like
yeah, it'd
that.
be a home run every 3.8 games.
Yeah, which that's nuts. Like, so we all have that to look forward to. Adolis Garcia is actually swinging the bat. He's actually gotten 6 hits.
Yeah, ever since you started
since the
dogging
start of June.
Garcia, he has 2 home runs.
Yeah, he's got
Couple
I think 5
RBIs.
RBIs.
Yep.
He did go 0 for 4 yesterday, but you're not gonna get a hit every day. So,
Exactly.
and plus, anything that we're gonna get out of Adolis Garcia at the plate, I'm willing to say is a bonus at this point because this is a guy who last week was at 191
Yeah.
batting average and an under
His batting
300.
average by 10 points to 200.
Like, dude, remember last week when I was ripping him, his slugging was under 300. Like, remember that. Like, so let's.
Hey, he went from 191 to 199, so he's just at that. He's almost at that 200 mark.
So he still is got a lot of proving to do in my eyes before I'm willing to say, like, oh yeah, like we don't need to upgrade, at the trade deadline. Definitely are going to need more from Adolis Garcia than just what you've gotten this past week. You're going to need him to do that basically the entire rest of the season.
And you're gonna need a lot from him. You're gonna need a lot from basically everybody else in the lineup, 4 through 9.
And they actually have been producing these
Yeah.
past, the
And-
Padres
and, Trey
series, the
Turner
White
as well,
Sox
but-
series. You had Brandon Marsh is on a 3 home run streak.
Brandon Marsh is on fire.
And-
He's leading Major League Baseball in batting average.
And not only is he leading Major League Baseball in batting average, he also has, I'm pretty sure his OPS is like 950 something.
He's close to the 900s.
Okay, it's close to the 900s. So he's
made
not
sure-
just like getting on base, like he's doing damage.
I made
too.
sure to vote for him today on my All-Star.
Oh yeah,
ballot.
everyone needs to vote for Brandon Marsh.
Yeah, you can
because
vote 5 times a day on MLB.com.
he's playing at an all-star caliber can't speak. All-star caliber level, but he's not a guy that people from outside the city of Philadelphia are going to recognize him
Yeah,
for
he's
his
not like
great play.
He's not
you
like
know?
a big name player.
He's not like a Julio Rodriguez where even people out here are going to be like, oh yeah, American League. Who do I know that's a good center fielder in the American League? Julio Rodriguez. That's who I'm going to vote for.
You're not going to go and look
not
at
gonna
a
do that for
National League
Brandon
left
Marsh.
fielder and say, oh,
Right.
who's this guy? Brandon Marsh.
Yeah. Like some, random Arizona Diamondbacks fan isn't going to be like, oh, yeah, Brandon Marsh has had a great season so far this year. Like, he probably doesn't even know that Brandon Marsh is having a great season. So it's definitely on us as a city to, like, get Brandon Marsh into the All-Star game, I feel like.
Especially since the All-Star game's in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You got to get him into the All-Star game. You got to get him starting in left field where he belongs.
I mean, he could really start anywhere.
He could
in the
really start
outfield.
anywhere, yeah.
Doesn't really matter for the All-Star game. It's not like it is going to affect, his play or anything.
No, because he can play all outfield positions.
I mean, fuck it. Put him at third base. I don't care. Like, it's the All-Star game.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I just want to see him get in. He definitely
deserves getting into a spot into the All-Star game.
I'd say he's just as deserving as Bryce Harper, probably. Bryce Harper's got more power numbers, but
Bryce Harper is a deserved starter.
I don't know if he's going to
start,
but he's definitely going to make the roster.
Yes,
that Freddie Freeman's going to get votes. Matt Olson's going to get votes.
Yeah, Matt
from
Olson's
Atlanta.
having a better season. I can't lie.
But Harper should still make the roster as either the backup or the third, because 3 players get in per position, right?
Yeah, and maybe if more because of
people that decide not to play and stuff like that.
But you should have Schwarber as the starting designated hitter.
I don't see how you could have anyone else other than him.
And
I mean, if you want to make the argument for Ohtani, maybe. But dude, Schwarber's got 23 home runs. Mm-hmm. He's gonna end up having probably 35 by the time the All-Star game comes.
And then you should have Christopher Sanchez as the starting pitcher for the National League.
100%. Now, it does kind of suck that Wheeler doesn't get to do it.
Yeah, but
honestly, Sanchez is more deserving of it. Mm-hmm. So
I think Wheeler's probably still going to make the team.
I would expect him to still make the roster, but to start the game, I would have to go with Christopher Sanchez. You have to.
You have to go with Christopher Sanchez. Philly, Christopher Sanchez, maybe follow with Mysorowski or Skeens.
Only
Ohtani,
thing is does Wheeler. Dave Roberts put Ohtani out there to start because he's the Dodgers manager?
Mm-hmm. But the other thing is, it's in Philadelphia. Come on,
exactly.
Put the home guy out there.
You got to put the home guy out there. Mm-hmm. That's I feel like that's the no-brainer decision to make, but you never know when the other guy that's probably the second best pitcher in the National League is the guy that Dave Roberts just happens to manage. So there is the possibility he could do his own favoritism and start Ohtani over Sanchez, but that would definitely be something that would probably draw a lot of criticism, I want to say, from the league and pundits, from nationally.
Not just the league, but just pundits.
Yeah, I would say, but still, he's going to make the roster. I would imagine that's probably it. Probably Sanchez, Wheeler,
Marsh,
Harper, and Schwarber.
And I have Duran in there.
Oh yeah, Duran.
Right now he's 15 for 15 in saves.
You never know with bullpen and pitchers. We don't really have any control over that. And also, I don't really know how. So for the bullpen arms, I know that starters is all kind of just based off of the manager's preference and obviously who has had a good season up until that point. Is the bullpen the same way?
Pretty much.
It's just the manager's discretion?
Mm-hmm. But you'll see the good relievers in there, like Duran and Mason Miller.
Yeah.
They probably pitch at least one inning. They should probably get Duran out there just because, once again, it's in Philadelphia. They can do the little
I was going to say,
cool
will they do the entrance for him?
They would definitely do the entrance, yeah.
Now, you would think if he does bring him in, it would have to be in the ninth, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to bring him in the seventh, and they're going to do that type of entrance for him.
They would have to bring him in the ninth inning, and it would have to be even if they're still losing, like the National League, I would still try to bring him in just to get that entrance.
Yeah, you got to at least try to work him into the game. Even if you're down a run, use the excuse that you don't want to give up anymore.
Yeah.
you can send him out there,
the National League can still come back if they're down a run in the ninth inning.
Now, we are a little bit away from, the All-Star game, but
that's why the voting's open.
It's definitely looking like there should be at least 5 Phillies players that are going to make it.
Yeah,
unless
right now,
something catastrophic happens.
Like if Wheeler gets another setback.
Right, or let's say, Harper has that wrist issue again or something like that, barring something that's
but
like
even
that
still,
happening.
you feel like they get voted in just not be able to
They
play.
just wouldn't be able to participate, which would suck. But as long as they get voted in, they're getting their, recognition, they're getting their flowers, whatever you want to call it. And I would love to see Harper and Schwarber both compete in the home run derby.
Home run derby, yeah.
And I believe that they have both said that they will compete if they are All-Stars, like
Yeah,
if
they
they get
did say
selected to
that.
the All-Star game.
Imagine like a Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber final.
Exactly. I just don't know if the league will have two players from the same team in the home
I
run
don't think
derby.
they've ever allowed
I don't know
that.
if that's ever happened before. I don't know if there's ever really been two guys that have also been basically, I don't want to say qualified, but who are like big power threats that are also in the city that the All-Star game is being held. I'm sure that's probably happened at some
Oh, it
point.
last happened in 2017. Aaron Judge and Gary Sanchez for the Yankees.
Really?
Notable examples of teammates participating in the same derby. So, it could happen. I mean, it was the first time since 2001 when that happened.
So it doesn't happen often.
It doesn't happen often. But when you have two
Big-time
babushka
power
hitters,
threats,
yeah,
especially both being from the city that it's being played in.
exactly.
You would expect the MLB would, even if they have an issue with it, they would let it slide. Because, hey, it's in Philadelphia. They're both on the Phillies. You might as well just let them both participate.
Back when the All-Star game was in Washington, D.C., Bryce Harper beat Kyle Schwarber in the home run derby. Yep. So
was
it could
Schwarber a member of the Nationals
he was
at that point?
member of the Cubs.
Okay, yeah, he was on the Cubs.
It's crazy to think that 2018 home run derby had Kyle Schwarber in the semifinals versus Reese. And then you had,
Hoskins?
Yeah, and then you had Schwarber versus Bryce.
And now it's going to be probably Schwarber and Bryce are going to be both in the home run derby as teammates
competing
instead
in the final.
Yeah. So whether or not they're both going to be in the final,
you can't
that
really
even
determine
happen? Because doesn't it go league by league? Like it's like the NL guys face off against each other and the AL guys face off against each other?
I'm not sure how it is, but there's a possibility that they could both face each other in the finals.
Yeah, that would be cool. Either way, there's someone in the city of Philadelphia would be getting a win.
Last time Schwarber was in the home run derby, he sold for Albert Pujols.
Oh, yeah, that was what?
Yeah, that was 2022.
Oh, 22?
Yeah.
Was that the last year Pujols was played?
Yeah.
Right? Was 22? He retired after that season? But it'll be nice to see two guys representing Philly. It'll be nice to see most likely five guys representing Philly for the All-Star game in total. Now, I don't know if all five of them are going to start.
And Don Mattingly is the manager. One of the coaches.
One of the bench coaches, for
Dave Roberts.
Even if Marsh doesn't get voted in, there is still the possibility that Dave Roberts could select him just because of how good of a season that he has had.
And they're going to have the alternates.
Exactly.
Selections.
So even if he doesn't get voted in, I still think Brandon Marsh will probably make it.
Yeah, me too.
But one thing that I do want to highlight from this recent stretch is the starting pitching has not really been, or just the past three games, starting pitching kind of got rocked.
No, it wasn't. They were able to win games
Sox.
Against the White Sox by scoring, a lot of runs thanks to the offense, but
yeah,
they didn't really back up the pitching.
Yeah, like you concerned by the fact that it seems like Nola is able to go 6 innings, maybe 1 out of every 5 starts.
You had Nola. What do you expect with Nola nowadays?
I know, but 4.1 innings. Painter 4.2.
You clearly haven't seen the full development of Andrew Painter because he has not really looked good in his rookie season.
No.
You want to take a look at his last couple of starts. He does not have a good ERA. He has a 6.21 ERA.
He's had a couple of good starts sparingly and spotting. I think he did have like 2 good starts in a row.
Good start against Boston where he gave up 1 run.
And he had a good start before that, right?
Against both the Ohio teams, but then he gave up 4 runs in 3 1/3 against the Dodgers. 6 runs in 4 2/3 innings against the White Sox. The Athletics, 3 2/3 innings, 8 runs.
Right. So
5 runs against Atlanta.
And with also the fact that it seems like Nola is not able to really pitch deep into any type of game unless he's going to give up 7 freaking runs.
Yeah, Nola is not really backing him up.
Do you think that maybe...
And Luzardo goes through those random stretches where he'll go...
Where he'll be
3
dominant.
complete games and then give up 10 runs.
So with all of that being said, do you think that there's maybe a little bit of pressure on the Phillies to get some starting rotation help?
Yeah, as much as the offense is in need of a everyone says that
like a
they
shot
need
in
to
the
fix
arm.
offense. Yeah, they're gonna have to figure out what's next with their rotation because, like, I think we said this last episode with Wheeler leaving. Who are you gonna have to replace him? Especially if Nola's gonna sit here and decline, and if Painter's not gonna develop the way that the Phillies want him to.
Or at least it doesn't look like it's going to be a stardom ascension for Andrew Painter.
Yeah,
it might be like a couple years of him being like a 5 or a 4 ERA pitcher.
You have Moises Chase, who has been injured and has not pitched at all this season. You have
Gene Cabrera, who I think was hurt for most of the season last year.
Gene Cabrera, who they sent down to AAA. No, not AAA, AA, because in 11 games he has 10.29 ERA.
So clearly not ready for AAA.
Nope.
So you don't really have someone to fall back on as like a fallback option.
You really don't have like a guy you can just call up from AAA and say, we need you for a spot.
And I know that in a playoff series, you're not going to be using Painter or Nola. You're not going to be using one of the two. But you still would want to at least feel comfortable throwing one of them in your bullpen, I would imagine, right?
You would have to put one of them in the bullpen just to get, if they're down, you need someone to eat innings.
And I don't really know if you would feel comfortable with either of them coming out of the bullpen at the moment.
Yeah, with the way like they've been pitching, and
now there's still a lot of time in the season.
There is,
that could change. But right now, it's definitely looking like, at least to me, in my eyes, they're going to need some starting pitching help.
Yeah, whether that's at the deadline or what, they're going to have to get a starting pitcher.
Yeah, because they won, those 3 games, but there's not going to be many 3-game stretches where you give up 6 runs each game and you win 2 out of 3 of them.
You can't give up 6 runs a game and expect the offense to go and score 9 runs.
Especially this offense that the Phillies have, which seems to be
the most inconsistent offense in Major League Baseball.
It's boom or bust. It's they're getting 6 runs or more, or they're getting 2 runs or less.
And then the next game
that's about it. Like
they'll score 6 runs all 3 games, and the next 3 games they'll score
2 runs,
3. 1 run, and
maybe get 4
Run.
hits.
Yeah,
and it's like a completely different team. You're like, what the hell happened from one game to the next?
Like, I know the White Sox are like they're pretty okay. They have the same record as the Phillies.
They're all right. They're not a bad team.
They're not a bad team now, but I mean, they're giving up home runs to Rafael Marchand too. I mean, when you got Rafael Marchand carrying the offense,
you're not gonna get that from Rafael Marchand or any catcher on this offense.
You're not gonna get that often.
No, so you got to be able to take advantage and actually win the games where they do produce for you, which they did a good job in making sure they actually won the game yesterday. But you're not going to be able to, just listen. Nola, 4.1 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. Painter, 4.2 innings pitched, 6 earned runs. Luzardo, 6 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. It took 12.1 innings of basically shutout pitching from the bullpen for the Phillies to be able to win that game.
The bullpen is going to have to, and you're not going to. The bullpen's not going to be there for you every single time if you can only go 4 innings.
Right, bullpen's not going to be able to cover your ass for 6 innings every game.
That's why you need pitchers that can go deep into the 7th and 8th, and they're stuck out. You get them in you get the bullpen in,
right,
and you're able to close out the game.
Now they did get lucky by the fact that the bullpen over those 3 games only gave up 1 run, and it was because of an error. So it wasn't even an earned run. But still, you're not going to get you're not going to get 12 innings and 17 strikeouts from your bullpen over a 3-game stretch.
You're not going to be able to.
That's not something you can rely on, No. So you're definitely going to need some type of starting pitching help. And I still think you're going to need another right-handed power bat, even if Garcia continues to produce how he has been, just because the other right-handed bats are just so bad. Like JT Realmuto.
You're
not going to get shit out of him. Alec Boehm, all right, maybe he'll hit a home run every 30 at-bats, 25, maybe. He's at, I think, 8 so far this year, which isn't a horrible number. Like, I'm not going to sit here and, trash the guy. He's already at 8. He's close to double digits. I mean, this is a guy that had, 16 last year? He's already halfway there. So
Garcia, Boehm, and basically Turner.
Sosa,
Turner.
Like,
you need Turner to start heating up.
But you're not going to expect any type of power production really out of Turner. The only real guy that you would expect some power production out of as a right-handed bat would be Garcia.
I need Turner to be getting on base, getting base hits.
100%.
I was listening to the radio, and they were dogging Turner because he's like, dude, you should be batting 310, 315, and you're sitting here batting 229, and you're striking out way more than you used to. And it's like...
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if he should be hitting 315. That's a very high benchmark for someone to set.
For a contact hitter.
He should at least be hitting 275.
275.
That's a lot more reasonable.
275 should be the minimum.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he should. That's why I said at least. I wouldn't say at least he's got to be 315. There's probably like 7 guys in the entire league that have 315. The radio is
definitely overreacting because
100%.
He is a contact hitter as well. I mean, I would take that from a contact hitter, 315.
100%. But you would take 315 from anyone. Look at batting averages all over the league. I would be shocked if there were 12 players with a positive 300 batting average at this point in the National League. There's just probably not.
Mm-hmm. Like even Crawford, like 230 batting average.
Now him as a rookie,
25 OPS.
I'm willing to give him a little bit of time. He's shown some good stretches.
He's also the starting center fielder.
Right. So that might be another thing that you have to upgrade potentially. There are some
like
holes.
A minor upgrade, but not like a full
right, exactly.
Like going all into Y.
Like there are some holes on this team, Definitely they need a right-handed power bat.
They were all saying on opening day, like, the Phillies have changed 42% of their roster. They're not running it back. They're showing a new age in Phillies baseball.
42% of the roster, but basically 38 of that 42% of change came from the bullpen.
Yep.
That's not the change that we all wanted to see.
42% of change from terrible players like Nick Castellanos, who was DFA'd in Philadelphia.
I know, how
by
fitting.
The way. Nick Castellanos, Walker, Joe Ross, Romano, Bader, I'm trying to think, Max Kepler, who actually just
Ranger
signed
Suarez.
All right, Ranger Suarez is the only good one on that list. Mm-hmm. But Max Kepler, who actually just signed a contract with the Diamondbacks last night.
Yeah, I saw he signed with someone. I couldn't remember the team.
Yeah, he's still suspended, though.
But they also probably, I want to say, need a better backup catcher. Because I don't really...
They're going to be rocking with Marchand and Stubbs into the postseason.
I don't think that you can rock the two of them into the postseason, and I don't really know how comfortable you're going to be with having JT play every single game in the postseason, because that's basically a guaranteed 2 outs, 3 outs a game.
I mean, they do. I mean, JT has played every single game of the postseason. I don't think they've ever used a backup catcher.
Right, but he also has never been this putrid offensively.
He hasn't.
So
I mean, he's been good in the postseason, like offensively, I would say.
And you have had
moments.
Teams that have gotten success even with really, really bad performances from the catchers. The Houston Astros with Maldonado for all those years, where every time he came to the hit in the postseason,
it was a guaranteed
it was like
out.
170 was his batting average or some shit in the postseason. So it can be done, but you also need to have a very good lineup around it to be able to mask that, and you can't mask that when you also have 3 other guys that are going to be hitting under 230 probably for the entire rest of the season, in Garcia, who probably, if he gets back up to like 240 by the end of the season, he had a great end of the year.
That's like that's like a standard.
That's how
now.
Yeah, I know, but that's
how happy Phillies fans are.
That's how far down he is with his average now. If he gets back to 240, he's going to have a good season.
That's how Phillies fans will be like. They'll be happy knowing that, Garcia got a 240 batting average, knowing Nicky C would have never been able to do that.
Right. And there's no way you can have him hitting like 240, Stott hitting like 236, and Trey Turner hitting, 240 with the fact that, JT is going to be hitting, 200 or what. They need to upgrade something behind JT.
Yeah, they need to upgrade a good lot. They should have just upgraded a catcher in the free agency period last offseason, but they were so hesitant on giving JT $45 million a baby, run it back, and go Phillies.
Well, they wanted to freaking save face by the whole fact that they got, duped basically by Bo Bichette, and the fact that...
All right, but Bo Bichette's...
I know, but
terrible.
They were they had the contract ready for Bichette. He basically was going to sign. His agent ended up speaking to the Mets. The Mets gave him everything he wanted instead.
Yep.
So he ends up pivoting. So what do the Phillies do? They go, oh shit, we look bad now because someone just left us to go to the Mets, our rival, who, how dare they take another player from us? We need to sign someone to save face. Oh, let's give $45 million to JT. That was the thought process that went through that decision. They announced the signing of JT 30 minutes after the signing of Bo Bichette.
And they told JT, they were like, hey, we're going to move in a different direction, like the night before they signed Bo Bichette.
Right. So they literally made that move as a save face move only. Yep. There was no other reason that they made that move.
We'd be sitting here right now probably talking bad about Bo Bichette with his stats 234 batting average, 613 OPS, 75 OPS plus.
But that also doesn't mean that because you missed out on him, it makes the fact that you overpaid JT and missed on him any more acceptable. Like, it's still like, dude, why did you bring a guy back that's 35 that you just gave a 3-year contract to at $45 million? Not like per season, but you know what I mean, $45 million total.
Yeah, $45 million.
Why would you do that for a player that you have seen steadily decline offensive numbers for the past 3 seasons?
And they'll just complain and say that he's good with the pitchers. Like, all right, whatever.
That's great. You know, pitchers have thrown to other catchers before in their careers. They also went to college and went all through the minors and had other catchers when they were frickin' 12 years old. I'm sure they'll learn how to throw to another catcher. It's not that big of a deal. You want to sit here and say, oh, his framing. ABS, it doesn't fucking matter anymore.
Yeah.
Framing literally does not matter anymore with ABS. So you can't sit here and give me that argument either. Oh, well, his framing is so good. Well, guess what? ABS does all the framing now for you. You don't need someone to frame.
Tap on the helmet, JT.
So that was a bad signing, clearly. They still are paying from the fact that the NOLA extension last season.
Yeah, they're still paying for the NOLA. They're still paying for Nick Castellanos. They're still paying for Walker.
Those misses in 2 areas that you need to upgrade. Like, you can't miss on areas that you already need to hit on.
Yeah, those misses hurt the team so much.
And it would also be nice if you probably got another type of contact hitter that's supposed to be a type of guy like Trey Turner, whether that's from the left or the right. Because even though the Phillies offense has been good the past couple of games, and it has been, I want to say, at least decent the past, 2 to 3 weeks, the offense, right? It's been decent. I don't want to say it's been good, but it hasn't been awful. It hasn't been,
like, awful before,
right.
Like,
it's been,
Rob Thompson.
It's been, like, average the past 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Even with their averagidity, I don't think that's a word, even with them being average the past 3 weeks, they're still 29th in hits, 28th in RBIs, and 28th in OPS. Now, luckily, they are 8th in home runs, so they don't need some type of big power bat or power surge, really. What they need is people to actually get on the frickin' bases. Because you're not going to get very deep into the postseason if everyone's just hitting solo home runs because you're 29th or 28th in the league and just getting on base. You can't be a top 10 team and hitting the ball out of the ballpark and then be a bottom 3 team in every other offensive category
in the
and expect to win.
Postseason, tactics matter more than just hitting home runs.
Yeah, more than just mashing the baseball.
Like, you're not going to go up against a guy from the Marlins who they had to just grab off the street. Like, hey, we need you. Can you pitch an inning for us?
Right.
You're going to go up against, well, I'm trying to think of, like, good pitchers, but, like, you're going to go up against a Cy Young candidate, most likely.
Yeah, you're going to be going up against guys that are probably going to be having around 3-point-something ERAs. All right, in a game 3, you might face someone that has a 4-point-something that you could get to. But aside from that, you're going to be facing
2-0.
You're going to be facing every team's best pitcher. You know, you're going to have to be able to get guys on base so that when you actually do hit a home run, you can cash in. Instead of it just being, 1 run, it's not that big of a deal. So they definitely need someone, preferably, that can get on base, just hit the ball and make contact because they strike out way too much. As much as I love Kyle Schwarber and the fact that he hits home runs, he's at 97 strikeouts. I
was going to say, he's not going to be, your type of guy that you're relying on in the 9th inning to get a clutch little weak single.
No. Like, we're not even halfway in, and he's almost at 100 strikeouts.
Yeah, he'll probably finish with 200
He's
strikeouts.
He's going to finish with like 230.
He'll
probably.
finish with like 200 strikeouts and 50 home runs or 60 or whatever.
And which that's fine. Like obviously you need someone like that that's on your team. I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't need Kyle Schwarber because he strikes out too much. But what I do need is someone like Adolis Garcia with a 200 batting average to not strike out 70 times like he already has.
Garcia is going to have the same amount of strikeouts as Schwarber and
1/3 the production.
Yep.
Like, dude, look at his numbers right now. He's producing 1/3 or 1/4 of the amount of Kyle Schwarber.
Average 8 home runs, something like that.
Yet when I looked it up yesterday, he has 75 strikeouts already, dude. Like, I can take it if you're going to have a low batting average, at least when there's situational moments where you can move a runner over or do something like that. You can't strike out all the time.
Yeah, you can't be striking out, especially in big situations when you need a base hit.
And we have too many guys that do that. Mm-hmm. You have Schwarber, which we all know the strikeouts with him. Garcia with the strikeouts. Even JT strikes out a lot in key situations, I feel like. So you're going to need at least another player that you can feel maybe a little bit confident where, hey, if it's the 8th or 9th inning, this guy is going to at least help me turn over to the top of the lineup.
Yeah, it's just Dave Dombrowski, once again, like, kind of neglecting the main issues that the Phillies needed to address in the offseason.
Yes.
For about the 3rd or 4th year or whatever, and now you have to go on the external market.
Well, you're going to have to
overpay for a player.
Yeah. Now, one guy that I honestly wouldn't mind seeing would be one of the guys that was actually just here that was mashing us, which you're probably not going to be able to get. Colson Montgomery. That kid is a fucking stud.
Yeah, Colson Montgomery for the White Sox is good, but
dude, that kid's a fucking stud.
Yeah, that's just going to be off limits for the
that kid is
the trade deadline.
That kid is he's going to be a
he's
great
really good.
Fucking player in this league, dude. He's got 17 home runs already as a shortstop?
Yeah, he's got that White Sox team is sneaky good.
Like, dude, he's going to have a fantastic career if he continues to play how he has this rookie season.
They especially since they were putting up good numbers against the Phillies.
Yeah.
Albeit it wasn't, facing Christopher Sanchez and Zach Wheeler. They got to face the 2 worst pitchers on the team. But
right. Still, I mean,
it's a bunch of young guys just having fun playing ball.
Yeah. And another guy I also like on that White Sox team, Antonacci. I really like Antonacci.
Antonacci had a good World Baseball Classic.
Well, he stole a couple of bases during that season. During that series, I think he had 3 hits during the series.
He's got some really good speed.
He's got a good eye. He doesn't swing at a lot of pitches out of the zone. He plays pretty good defense.
They got him. They got
that would be a player that
Montgomery
would fit in perfectly with this team. Like that type of player is the type of player they need to go out and get. Is someone that. They don't need a Colson Montgomery,
dude,
even though
what do you
it would be
mean?
nice to have.
We have a Mundo Sosa. The Mundo Sosa and that third base we can use Garrett Stubbs.
Yeah, just send Garrett Stubbs out there.
Yeah.
And, have him try to bunt his way on in the 7th inning of a game because he doesn't have any confidence in his swing in a freaking playoff game.
Yeah, Alec Boehm. Alec Boehm, it's a playoff game. Take the day off. You're not playing well.
Dude, I can't
put a Garrett Stubbs at third.
Dude. Have you ever noticed that about Stubbs? When he's not feeling confident in his swing, he will literally just bunt to try to get a hit.
Yep.
Like,
and it'll probably produce more contact than his actual swing.
And it's like, dude, really? You have that little confidence in yourself right now that you're like, the only way I can get on base is if I bunt right now.
Like with Crawford, I kind of see that because, he can get on base with his speed, but
it's not like Stubbs is like the fastest guy in the world. I mean, he's got to have really good. He has had bunt hits before, but he's not exactly the fastest guy.
That's like, if you're looking for a hit in the 9th inning and you see Garrett Stubbs is coming to the plate with 2 outs, and you see on the first pitch he's trying to lay down a bunt, like this game's over.
And that is something that we've seen him do: is try to bunt his way on base with 2 outs. I've definitely seen him try to do that before. And is that really someone that you need as your backup catcher on your postseason roster? Probably not. So they definitely do have some holes that they got to fill. Is there any other glaring holes that you've really noticed other than the ones that I kind of just ran through?
I mean, you kind of mentioned all the glaring holes, the right hard-hitting right-handed bat, the inconsistency with the middle infield, the starting pitching.
Oh, yeah. And
the catching.
It would be really, really nice as well if we could get maybe some Aiden Miller time. But
yeah, he's cooked.
Who knows if he's going to play at all the rest of the season.
No, he won't play. You know? He's getting back surgery. He'll be out for 8 weeks.
So he wouldn't even be eligible. He had the procedure.
He's gonna have the surgery on. He had the surgery on Friday.
I was gonna say. I know they announced it. I just don't know what day that he had it on. But that means he wouldn't be available to even start playing probably till what, August?
So yeah, they said he's gonna rest for a week, or he's gonna take a week off, and then he's gonna rest for 8 weeks. So say what? So he got the surgery on the 5th, so what, we're looking at the 12th is when he'll probably do his whatever, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Yeah,
say 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so probably he's not going to be back until... He's not going to be playing minor league games until the beginning of August.
Well, he might not even be ready to play the beginning of August.
Yeah.
So it might potentially
That's when the Phillies expect him to be back at the beginning of August.
So... Even though as much as we all want to sit here and see Aiden Miller play, like I just want to see the kid play at this point, you know? I want to see some highlights of him down in the minors, but...
That ain't going to happen. He's not going to play.
It's looking increasingly more like he's not going to play at all this season. Well, he will end up playing at probably some amount of games.
Yeah, we're going to see maybe a month out of him, and that's it.
And that's about it. And then,
is that enough? It's not enough to be called up to the majors unless Alec Boehm's have another 1 for 45.
But would that even be enough for you to feel confident in calling him up next season? Like, how good would he have to perform in those final probably 6 weeks of the season?
Probably he would have to perform well and have a good spring training.
Because
remember, Alec Boehm is
out of contract.
Going to be out of contract,
so they're going to have to do something at third base.
I don't think the Phillies are going to re-sign him with the way that he's playing.
Either. And are they all, I do know that they want to probably have Aiden Miller start next season, and that's obviously the ideal scenario, but it doesn't really look like that's going to be a scenario that you're going to have a lot of confidence in, because he's only going to play for, 7 weeks this season? Are you really going to
he might play for a month and then go back and...
Right, so...
He might play in the Arizona Fall League. And
are you really going to feel comfortable with rookie guy... starting third base for you next season that played all of about 7 weeks the previous year? You're probably going to have to sign someone, or you're going to have to give trades for some type of backup option.
You're going to have to just give someone a stopgap contract.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So that's kind of upsetting a little bit, and definitely does throw a little bit of a wrench into probably the Phillies' plans for this season and next season. So... That's another thing that'll be interesting to just keep an eye on with the Phillies. Mm-hmm. But aside from that, I don't really got anything else. Surprisingly, Chase Sugart has been pretty good for the Phillies.
People don't talk about Chase Sugart that much. He's actually been one of the better relievers, I can't lie.
I know, and I was kind of shitting on him when they first brought him in, because I was like, dude, why are you bringing in a guy that's been cut by 4 other teams in the past 2 seasons? But he's been good.
Redeemed himself, yeah.
I can sit here and say that I was definitely wrong on that one, and I'm gonna give him a little bit of love because he's pitched, I want to say 5 or 6 pretty good outings in a row.
Yeah, he's pitched pretty good.
So
I can't complain.
Plus, he's given them more than 1 inning of work every single time he goes out there, I feel like. And anytime you're able to get more than 1 inning from a bullpen arm and they're able to pitch good.
He's pitching better than Brad Keller.
Yeah, so definitely just want to highlight him because I was definitely a little down on him when we first brought him up 4 weeks ago. But he's been good, so just wanted to mention that real quick before we move on to the other news for the city. And that is the fact that the World Cup is going to actually start in 3 days.
Yep.
So the start of the World Cup is 3 days, but I don't think the first game is in Philly until Sunday, right?
Yeah, the first game is on the 14th, which is Flag Day.
Yeah. And it's going to be...
Ivory Coast versus Ecuador. So the first game is Thursday in Mexico.
Yeah.
And then the United States will play on Friday night.
They play at
Canada
like 9
will
p.m.
play,
or something.
Yeah, 9 p.m. because the game's in Los Angeles.
Right. So first game here is not going to take place until Sunday.
Yeah, in Philadelphia, not until Sunday.
And there's going to be a total of 6 games that will be played here in Philadelphia. 5 of them will be just in the group stage, and they will host one round of 16 knockout, which obviously we don't know what the teams are going to be for those.
We just know the date, and it'll be July 4th.
Right. But we do know that if you are going to be going into the city, going anywhere around South Philadelphia on these days, you're definitely going to have to plan accordingly and plan ahead, because June 14th, June 19th, June 22nd, June 25th, and then June 27th. So basically all within 2 to 3 days of each other, there's going to be another game.
Ivory Coast, Ecuador, Brazil, Haiti, France, Iraq, Curacao, Ivory Coast, Croatia, Ghana, and then the round of 16 games. So that's any team that makes it to the round of 16.
So the only team that you're going to see here play twice is Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast. And they're actually in Chester right now practicing.
So maybe you'll see a little bit. I imagine some of those fans are probably going to stay in the city.
Probably.
To see like first game and then see last game.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's going to be a little bit more hectic the days in between, because I doubt that all of those fans are going to go to every one of those games.
With the prices? Hell no.
But there is, I think I already saw or heard someone say, like, open table reservations are basically all already booked. Like, if you are trying to make reservations at a restaurant for this upcoming, 2 weeks, basically you're not able to. You're kind of screwed. If you are trying to get any type of, parking or construction or shit like that done, probably not going to happen over the next 2 weeks.
They're hosting a little fan festival in Lemon Hill.
Really?
Yeah.
For like a specific team or just the cup in
for
general?
every single game, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Completely free to enter.
And what part of the city did you say that's in?
Lemon Hill.
Okay, so that's northeast?
It's near the art museum, yeah.
Or no, that's basically Center City then, right?
Yeah.
That's Center City.
Mm-hmm.
So
close to Center City, I would say. It's right off of Kelly Drive.
Okay, so then basically Center City.
Mm.
So if you're going to be going through Center City or South Philly, and probably, I want to say West Philly, because maybe people will be staying in West Philly to get to Chester.
I guess, but staying shitty West Philly.
No. So definitely plan ahead for those routes.
Go to Lemon Hill. It's completely free.
And I'm sure that the atmosphere there is probably going to be...
Yeah, definitely.
It's probably going to be like a party.
Don't bring anything stupid, because I heard they have good security.
Don't bring any fireworks.
Nope.
Don't bring no flares, no smoke grenades.
No flares. No. When you look at these teams, though, I feel like, only the fans are going to be hyped to watch, like, the fans of the country are going to be hyped to watch their teams. But if you're a regular fan going, you see maybe France, Brazil, Croatia.
Well, Brazil and France are 2 good teams, so
they are.
Those would be games that you would actually go to, and at least for one of the teams.
I have my pick on France winning the World Cup.
Croatia and Ghana should actually be a good game, because both of those teams are actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Ghana's one of the top teams in Africa. Basically, if you're interested in how good the teams are from Africa, you need to know Ghana is usually always really good.
Ghana,
Senegal is usually always pretty good. Morocco is usually always pretty good.
Morocco made the semifinals of the last one.
But Morocco did not qualify for this one, which...
No, Morocco qualified?
Yeah. No, they didn't. Morocco's not in it this year. I already looked it up. I was blown away. I was like, what? Morocco's not in it? What the fuck? I was like, Morocco's like the best freaking African team. How do they not make it? So, yeah, you're going to have to look out.
No, Morocco qualified.
Oh, they did? What group are they in? I didn't see them.
Group... It says they literally qualified. The group winners, Morocco, and the African nation.
For some reason, when I was looking
in Group C. They will face Brazil, Haiti, and Scotland.
Oh, wow. For some reason, I must have just completely overlooked them, because I didn't see them on like the group
You must
stage
think
list when
it's
I. Well, yeah, Morocco's definitely a team you got to look out for. Morocco's the best team in Africa, and they're probably a top 5 team in the world. I want to say, or a top 10 at least.
No, not a top 5 team.
They're top 10. They're really fucking good. Like, Morocco's really good.
Let me see the FIFA World Rankings, because they're definitely not top 5.
They might not be top 5.
Argentina, Spain, France, England, Portugal, Brazil, Morocco, Holland, Belgium, Germany.
So they're what, 7?
They are 7.
Yeah, they're really good.
They are pretty good.
And then behind them, I think Senegal is pretty high, probably what, like 15 or 16? I know Senegal is usually pretty
rankings, high. Croatia, Italy, Colombia. Senegal's 15.
Yeah.
The U.S. is 17.
Ghana's probably around 21, I want to say.
Down here, yep.
23.
Egypt is 29. Algeria is 28. Nigeria is 26.
Mm-hmm. I forgot Egypt was in it.
Yeah, Egypt's in it, yep.
So maybe that's another team that you have to look out for from Africa. But really, the big 3 from Africa you have to worry about is Senegal, Morocco, and I guess maybe not Ghana. But you definitely have to worry about.
Ghana's 73.
Damn, they fell that much?
Yeah.
Usually Ghana's like always pretty good because they've been in, I want to say, the past 6 or 7 World Cups. I think Ghana.
Yeah, Ghana's been in the world. They've been consistent.
Yeah, they've always been a consistent team that's in there. But the U.S. is gonna face. Who do they face their first game?
They face. I'm pretty sure it is Paraguay.
Paraguay is their first game.
Yep.
And I believe it's set up where U.S., Mexico, and Toronto could all potentially come out and go into the next stage. I don't think any of those 3 teams are in the same group,
they'll face Paraguay,
right?
Australia, and Turkey.
So Turkey might be a tough game. Turkey is a good team. But you would expect the U.S. to win the other 2 games.
Canada, Bosnia, Qatar, Switzerland, and Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and Czech Republic.
Yeah, there's definitely a very good possibility that all 3 of the host teams could move into the round of 16.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the top 2 qualify, right?
Yeah, the top 2 qualify. But
yeah.
Remember, they do the round of 32 now.
Right, so they definitely...
So they're going to have some third-place teams in there as well.
I would definitely expect then Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. to all at least make it into the round of 32 to make it to the knockout
some of these
stage.
Groups: Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, Ecuador. What is the group of death here? Oh, here we go. Oh, no. England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama. That's probably a good group.
Probably England and Croatia come out of there.
Most likely.
Ghana might be one of the third-place teams that gets in.
Iraq, and Norway.
Ooh, that's a good group. Norway is sneaky good.
There's your group of death. Yeah, because guess who Norway has?
Holland.
Yeah, freaking Holland.
Mm-hmm. Switzerland's pretty good.
Switzerland is a good team, yeah.
But you said Switzerland's with Mexico and who else?
Canada.
Canada, Bosnia, and what's the other team?
Qatar.
So I would expect it's probably just Mexico and not Mexico, Canada.
And Czech.
So you're definitely going to see a lot of teams. There's definitely going to be a lot of people that's going to probably be going in and out of the city. So just everyone be courteous, try to put on a good face for Philadelphia. We don't want to seem like we're dicks to the entire rest of the world.
Try doing that. Try saying that to a Philadelphian.
Well, hey, it's the city of brotherly love for a reason. Yeah,
true.
Let's show the brotherly love.
250th anniversary of the country.
Let's not, piss off a whole bunch of foreigners from
who's
different countries.
Who's your pick to have winning the World Cup now?
Like just to win the entire thing?
To win the entire tournament.
I honestly have no idea. I know who definitely could win. If I'm just going to go off my gut feeling, I got to go Brazil.
Brazil, okay.
I got to go Brazil off the gut feeling.
I like France a lot.
France is definitely an extremely good team.
Such a good team.
They have Mbappe.
Yep.
They've got Dembele. They have... Who's the other attacker that they have that's really, really good? Yeah, Olise.
Yeah, Olise, Desjardins is... Who else is on this? I'm looking at the roster right now. Chalamet, Kanate, who just actually signed for Real Madrid.
Oh, yeah, Kanate.
Saliba, the Hernandez brothers. So they have a really, really good team. Zaire Emery is good. Shaky is good.
Yep. England's always going to be a threat.
Yeah, England's always going to be, yep. You
would expect probably...
Kane, Bellingham, Pickford.
I'm trying to think. Who else? Argentina's going to be a threat, obviously.
Yeah. Spain's
got a really, really good team.
Yup. You got to remember how good freaking Spain is. Raya, Pedro Porro, Cucurella, Mark Sorrente, Gavi, Pedri, Rodri, Nico Williams, Lamine Yamal.
Mm-hmm. I mean, maybe you got to look out for Germany, but...
Yeah, Germany as well.
I feel like Germany didn't have the greatest, qualifying heading up to the World Cup, so maybe they're a little disgruntled.
Like you said.
Morocco is a big, big nation that is going to be tough to get out of the tournament. I mean, you just saw the U.S. beat Senegal, and Senegal is ranked 15th.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that the U.S. are going to win, but they could make it to, I want to say, the last 8.
They definitely could make it.
I could see them being in the last 8. I don't know if I could see them being in the last 4, but I could see them being one of the last 8 teams. I could realistically see the U.S. going that deep. They'll definitely get into the 32, and they should probably get through whoever they play in the 32 to get to the round of 16. It's just, will they be good enough to get past the round of 16?
Yeah, I don't know who they exactly.
It's all going to depend on who they play.
Face Spain, it's over.
Right, it's all going to depend who they play. But if they end up playing a team like France or Brazil or England or something like that, they're not going to win. If they play...
I mean, they could beat... there's a chance they could beat England. Remember last time drew 0-0 with England?
You wouldn't go into that game expecting them to win.
No.
If they get to round of 16 and they maybe face someone like Switzerland or Norway or...
It's a possibility, yeah.
Canada, something like that, you'd be much more confident in being like, yeah, the U.S. can get to the next round. They could get to the round of... Well, that would be the quarterfinals to the last 8.
Yes, the last 8, yep.
So, either way, I do expect them to at least make it to the round of 16. What's your expectation for the U.S.?
The last 16, maybe even the last 8.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that's their ceiling.
Yep.
Is the last 8. Maybe, hey, once you get there, if you get to the last 8, I guess anything can happen in a one-off game.
That's true.
But I wouldn't feel confident in them advancing past.
It would be nice, but...
It would be nice.
Who knows?
Maybe they'll get a little bit of that, extra support from the fact that you're going to be playing probably in SoFi Stadium or something like that.
They'll be playing... I think they're playing their games in SoFi Stadium and Seattle.
But
so they're staying in the West Coast.
Right. But it will shift all East Coast once we get further into the tournament, I believe, right? All the stadiums end up coming to the East.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see what, how deep they can go.
Stadium.
But I think that winners are probably going to be, well, I don't want to say probably, but I do think that Brazil has a very good shot of winning, and that's what I'm picking.
France, so
we'll see if we're going to be right. We're going to have a little while to wait. We got to wait a whole month, basically.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very hectic and busy, probably 2 weeks in the city. And just,
should be fun, yeah.
Be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, have some fun, too.
Be aware that not everyone is from the city that you're going to bump into on the street. So just don't be a jackass. Don't be a jackass to random strangers this week, because
please don't.
You don't know if it's some random guy that is, here for just a week to watch a soccer game. He doesn't need to get yelled at you for trying to cross Broad Street or some shit.
Just don't block the box.
Other than that, everyone enjoy the World Cup.
Yeah, enjoy, guys. And we will see you guys next week.